I speak to you now with a nearness that does not require distance to be closed, a voice that rises in the quiet center of your chest and says, "Be still and listen." I have seen the nights you swallowed like bitter medicine, the mornings you wore like armor that didn't fit. I have counted the tears that did not fall, the words you could not say, the prayers you wrapped in silence and placed on the highest shelf of your heart. I have never left you. I have never forgotten you. While others measured you by the weight of your mistakes or the gossip of an hour, I measured you by the breath I placed in you and the purpose I wove through your days like a golden thread that refuses to snap. Archangel Michael says, "The time has been written and the seal is opening." After 2 minutes in the measure of your courage, doors will release their hinges. The letters that spelled delay will rearrange into destiny. The hands that fumbled in the dark will discover the switch I hid under your own palm. Do not call yourself unlucky when I am the one who has called you chosen. The math of heaven is not the math of fear. Every subtraction you endured is about to become addition. Every season you thought had ended is about to bloom again from roots the drought could not reach. The waiting did not break you. The waiting formed you. You have wondered if your life was a corridor of almosts, where blessings passed by with their eyes averted. You have wondered if some secret flaw in you scared favor away. Hear me clearly, there is no flaw in you stronger than the love I have for you. I designed you with a strength that only adversity could reveal, with a tenderness that only heartbreak could teach, with a resilience that only my hand could restore. When others saw a cliff, I saw a runway. When others saw a tomb, I saw a womb. When others saw an ending, I began to count down to your new beginning. I know the plan of those who smiled with you in public and doubted you in private. I know the plans of those who planned around you and never for you. I witnessed the secret rooms where your name fell from lips like a coin tossed into a well of assumption. I am neither surprised nor intimidated by their schemes. I do not negotiate with shadows. I turn on the light. And when the light arrives, shadows vanish without debate. No weapon formed against you has the permission to conclude your story. It may announce itself with noise, but it will depart in silence. Archangel Michael says, "Watch carefully. In the next breath of your obedience, I will expose the trap neatly disguised as an opportunity. I will also reveal the opportunity cleverly disguised as a trial. You will understand why I would not let you sign that paper, answer that call, return that message, or sit at that table. I heard conversations when you were not in the room. I closed doors you begged me to open because I saw the room behind them was already on fire. I rerouted you at midnight so you could arrive at sunrise with wind at your back and no ash on your clothes. Do not mistake monotony for absence. Even in the quiet weeks where nothing seemed to move, I was moving what you could not see, aligning people, softening hearts, rearranging calendars, steadying your hands for the work I appointed to you. The delay was not denial, it was rehearsal. The closed door was not rejection, it was redirection. The no you heard was not cruelty, it was a protective yes hidden in a language your pain could not translate yet. Now the translation arrives. Now you will read your life in the language of fulfillment. You have asked me, why so long? Because some blessings must grow to meet you at your current height. If I had delivered them to the old version of you, they would have overwhelmed your arms and bent your back. Now your spine is straight with endurance. Now your vision is clear without the fog of desperation. Now when abundance arrives, it will not own you, it will serve you. And you will serve others because you will remember the shape of hunger, and you will become bread. I am training your eyes to spot counterfeits by the absence of peace. Peace is not the absence of challenge, peace is the presence of me. When an offer arrives wrapped in confusion, return it to the sender. When an invitation requires you to betray your conscience to attend, decline in the language of silence and move on. I am not asking you to force what is yours. I am instructing you to bless what is yours by staying faithful, excellent, and aligned. Excellence is a prayer your hands pray. Alignment is a prayer your feet pray. Faithfulness is a prayer your hours pray. I have heard every one. You are not late. You are right on time for the life you were born to carry. The timeline you built in your mind was constructed from comparison and fear. Lay it down. There is a different clock in my kingdom. It does not tick to the panic of crowds or the trends of a moment. It is governed by purpose. It is moved by character. It is accelerated by obedience. When you release the need to hurry, you will hear the instructions that unlock the very acceleration you thought you could manufacture. I am the God who wastes nothing and multiplies everything surrendered. Do not fear the sound of your own name rising in unexpected places. I will place your name in rooms you have not entered, on the lips of people who once overlooked you, in the minutes of meetings you were never invited to but will soon lead. I will not do this to inflate your pride, I will do it to amplify your assignment. You are a bridge, not a billboard. Your influence is a river to carry provision, not a mirror to admire yourself. When I lift you, I am lifting many through you. When I bless you, I am baking bread for an entire village in the oven of your life. I am not threatened by your questions. Bring them. Spread them on the table and watch me answer them in the languages of providence, timing, and surprise. I will not scold you for being honest. I will only ask you to remain open. The miracle you need may approach from a direction you do not prefer. Do not close your door because the delivery driver is not who you expected. Do not reject the answer because it arrives wrapped in responsibility. You have prayed for greater. Greater often introduces itself with the requirement to grow. Archangel Michael says, "Stand." Fear has trained your knees to buckle at the rumor of trouble. But now stand. There is armor fitted to your hope. There is a sword fashioned from truth that never dulls. There is a shield called promise that does not burn in the heat of accusation. Wear what I have prepared. You will not need to shout to be heard. Righteousness is loud enough. You will not need to manipulate outcomes. Integrity is persuasive enough. You will not need to run after what runs from you. What is yours will know your name and find your address. I am healing the invisible bruises you learned to ignore. The ones that flinch when kindness appears because they do not trust it to stay. The ones that expect the door to slam after the laugh. The ones that hear apology and wait for the bill. Let me touch those places. Your future will not be a museum of survival stories alone, it will be a garden of new joy. I will teach you to receive without suspicion, to rest without guilt, to love without performing, to speak without trembling. Your voice matters in rooms I am opening. Your boundaries are the fence protecting the vineyard I have planted. Listen, luck is a word people use when they do not yet have language for my orchestration. They will call you lucky when breakthrough arrives, but you will know it was me, and you will give me glory. Do not skip the moment I am crafting because you have grown accustomed to disappointment. Disappointment is not your identity, it was a temporary weather pattern. The climate is changing. The evening of your grief is giving way to the morning of your promise. The alarm is sounding inside you. Wake to your calling. Wash your face in hope. Dress yourself in gratitude. Step into the day I am giving you. I am restoring the years that locusts took, the courage that insults stole, the innocence that cynicism mocked. I am returning the laughter that hid behind your careful smile. I am reviving the dream you buried so deep you forgot where you dug the ground to hide it. It will knock like a friend who kept your favorite book safe. Open the door. You are not too old. You are not too late. You are not too damaged. You are not too complicated to bless. Your edges are not disqualifications, they are the angles through which light refracts. Prepare by cleaning the small corners of your life that no one applauds. Clean the drawer of procrastination. Sweep the floor of bitterness. Dust the shelves of distraction. Make room for the gifts on their way. Order is an invitation. Gratitude is a magnet. Obedience is a key. Speak well of the future I am sending. Speak blessing over the work of your hands. Speak peace over the rooms you occupy. Your words will be the runway where the plane of promise lands. Do not mourn what I am removing if it cannot travel where I am taking you. Some relationships were scaffolding, not the building. They were useful in construction, but they cannot live in the finished dwelling. Bless them. Release them. Move forward. You will not be lonely when you arrive where I am sending you. I am preparing companions whose loyalty will not depend on what you can provide but on who I have called you to be. You will know them by the rest you feel in their presence and the honesty they practice when no one is looking. There will be signs. A message you forgot will reappear with fresh relevance. A door you stopped knocking on will swing open without your hand touching it. A number, a song, a phrase will repeat until you notice the pattern. Do not chase signs, acknowledge them. They confirm what I am already saying in your spirit. Move. The map unfolds one turn at a time. You do not need the whole itinerary to take the next faithful step. I will meet you at each mile marker with exactly what is needed: wisdom, resources, favor, protection. I am breaking the agreement you made with fear when you were younger and thought survival required shrinking. You will not shrink in this season. You will expand like daylight entering a room when the curtains are pulled wide. You will speak with the authority of someone who knows they are loved. You will work with the steadiness of someone who knows they are sent. You will rest with the ease of someone who knows they are kept. My hand is on your shoulder, my whisper is in your ear. My banner is over your path. There is an inheritance with your name on it, peace that does not evaporate in storms, provision that does not humiliate your dignity, opportunities that do not require you to wound your soul to accept them. There is also a mantle waiting, responsibility that dignifies you, generosity that enlarges you, influence that humbles you. Wear them both. Do not stash your inheritance behind fear. Do not dodge your mantle behind modesty. False humility is just pride wearing a quieter costume. Stand true. Stand bright. Stand kind. Archangel Michael says, when you choose to obey the nudge I am placing in you right now, watch what unlocks. Make the call you are meant to make. Finish the task you have delayed. Write the line you keep erasing. Apply even if doubt laughs. Say no even if pressure insists. Say yes even if fear trembles. The ground is solid beneath your feet because I laid the foundation. The wind that once resisted you will now fill your sails. The closed circle that once ignored you will now request your counsel, if not there, somewhere higher and purer. You will not need to chase vindication. I am your vindication. The truth has a pulse, and I am its heartbeat. In due time, the fog will lift, and even those who misread you will see the outline of who you truly are. Forgive ahead of time. Forgive even when apologies do not come. Forgive to keep your hands free to receive what is arriving. Bitterness is too heavy to carry into promise. Put it down. Walk light. I am teaching you the rhythm of joy that does not depend on outcomes. You will sing before the gate opens, and the song itself will become the key that turns the lock. You will dance before the harvest ripens, and the dance itself will shake loose the fruit. You will thank me before the answer appears, and gratitude itself will become the magnet that draws it near. This is not superstition, this is partnership. I am the giver, you are the receiver. I am the composer, you are the instrument. Stay tuned to my hand, and every note will find its place. Do not ignore this moment. Watch carefully. The wind is changing direction in your favor. The same path that once felt uphill will feel like a gentle decline. The same conversation that felt impossible will soften. The same resource that felt scarce will multiply. I am not teasing you with glimpses, I am seeding you in the fullness. Keep your eyes on me. Keep your hands honest. Keep your heart tender. The blessing does not own you, you steward it. The spotlight does not define you, your secret history with me does. In the next 2 minutes of faith, in the next 2 days of obedience, in the next 2 weeks of alignment, you will recognize the architecture of my goodness as it rises around you. Do not be surprised if old doors knock to be opened again. You may admire the craftsmanship, but you will not move back into yesterday's address. Bless the past. Build the future. I am here. I am faithful. I am leading you with strength and tenderness at once. No counterfeit luck can rival the providence I have ordained. No rumor can silence the truth I am writing through your life. No fear can sit on the throne I occupy in your heart. Lift your head. Loosen your jaw. Unclench your fists. Breathe me in. I am not far, I am within. When you step now, you step with me. When you speak now, you speak with me. When you rest now, you rest in me. What you could never imagine is already on its way, measured, timed, refined, and tailored for you. Do not skip this. Do not surrender the moment to old stories. Take my hand. Cross this threshold. Watch what becomes possible when love has the final word. I am the one who sees you when the room is quiet and the world pretends it has forgotten your name. I am the breath beneath your breath, the steadying hand that held you when you didn't even know you were slipping. I have watched you learn to rise without applause and kneel without witnesses, and I have counted every step that hurt and every step that healed. I am speaking now because your hour has arrived. What you thought would take years has been measured, refined, and brought to this moment like light gathered through a lens, focused, warm, and unstoppable. Do not ignore this. Do not turn your face away. You asked me for a sign and I have walked into the room of your life with an answer. Archangel Michael is standing at the door of time with a trumpet no one else can hear, and he is telling you that after 2 minutes you will receive what you never imagined you could carry. The delay has been thinning like mist before sunrise. The weight has been preparing your arms to lift what is coming. I saw the days you could not name and the nights you could not hold, and I stored them in the treasury where nothing is wasted. I am about to return them as wisdom, favor, and doors that open without your knocking. I am about to put keys in your hand that were formed in the secret currents of your pain. Listen closely. Luck is not your source, I am. But if you choose to treat what I give as a rumor, if you treat your own name as disposable, if you rehearse the voice of fear and call it prudence, then the wind that is prepared to fill your sails will pass you without recognition. Do not rehearse defeat when I am writing victory. Do not edit yourself down to old measurements when I am expanding your borders. Watch carefully, because answers can be disguised as responsibilities, and blessings can arrive wearing the plain clothes of daily obedience. You thought the door would be iron and loud, instead it will be soft and certain. It will not shout, it will stand open. I am guiding you by a peace that does not raise its voice. You will know it because it will not require you to betray yourself to enter. You will know it because the steps will be firm even if your legs tremble. You will know it because it will draw you forward the way sunlight draws morning from the horizon. Step through. Take nothing that does not belong to you, no bitterness, no borrowed dread, no second-hand shame. Take your courage, your honesty, your prepared heart, and step. There are names you have carried that I never gave you. Put them down. There are verdicts you handed to yourself before the trial began. Tear them in half and give me the pieces. I am the judge who acquits, the Father who welcomes, the artist who uses every broken shard to make stained glass. When the light of this season shines through everything you thought was shattered, you will see colors you didn't know were hiding in you. Do not rush to explain this to those who prefer the old story. Do not waste the sunrise trying to convince a closed window. Lift the latch of your own heart and let the morning come in. Michael has placed sentries along the edges of your days. You did not see them, but you felt the strange safety in corridors that used to frighten you. That safety is not an accident, it is a deployment. I have ringed your household with quiet fire. I have arranged conversations you have not yet overheard, and I have turned men and women in your direction who hold what you need as naturally as they hold their own breath. This is not manipulation, it is orchestration. Your role is not to force, but to follow. Your part is to say yes repeatedly and with reverence. You will be tempted to apologize for your blessing. Do not do it. Humility is gratitude and stewardship, it is not shrinking until you are invisible. A gift hidden out of fear rots in its wrapping. Unwrap this with clean hands and a steady gaze. Look at what I am giving. Call it good because I call it good. Then use it to lift others, not to prove yourself to those who cannot see. I have never needed an audience to validate a miracle. You have asked me about timing. Child, timing is the language of love. I waited not because I was indifferent, but because I was protecting the shape of your answer. A fruit plucked too early is hard and bitter, a fruit taken too late has sweetness that has turned to ash. I have held your harvest behind a hidden curtain and turned it slowly with my own hand, letting sunlight and shadow do their split work until everything inside ripened. The curtain is moving now. The draft you feel is not a warning, it is the announcement that the stage is changing. There were watchers who expected you to break. They wrote their predictions in chalk on the sidewalks of gossip and called it wisdom. Rain has come. Do you see the clean pavement? I washed their chalk away without arguing with a single line. I did not vindicate you by clapping back, I vindicated you by continuing to build. I will keep doing so. Your defense is the house I am making of you. Your answer is the life that grows where others declared nothing would rise. Be careful with your tongue in this season. Words are chisels and bridges and seeds. Speak like a gardener who knows that what is planted today will stand over you tomorrow as shade. Call your path blessed and it will learn its name. Bless those who misunderstood you, do not curse them, for they taught your roots to hold when the wind came. Thank me aloud for small provisions and watch how they learn to multiply. Gratitude is the currency of expansion. I am replacing certain names in your phone with silence. Let them go. Not as punishment, but as pruning. When branches stretch wide, they attract birds and shadow and sometimes snakes. Pruning is not cruelty, it is clarity. You cannot carry every conversation into every room I open for you. Some voices cannot breathe at higher altitudes without accusation. This is not your failure. This is simply air becoming thinner where truth is thicker. Climb. Michael moves with a sword that shines and a scale that does not lie. He is not coming to flatter you, he is coming to clear the path. He will expose what needs exposure and close what needs closing. Do not sprint ahead of him, and do not pull him behind you. Walk in step. When he sets a boundary, honor it. When he points, pay attention. When he says, now, do not delay behind etiquette and do not sabotage yourself with a rehearsed apology. Courage is the proper posture for answered prayer. You have waited a long time to feel normal. I did not call you to normal, I called you to true. True is not loud or strange for its own sake. True is a plumb line that makes the room right. It is the oar that lets a small boat travel like a quiet arrow across deep waters. You will feel this truth as alignment in your chest, click, click, like doors finding their frames. Hold to this. When you are unsure, return to the alignment. If the choice bends you into a shape that is smaller than the truth, it is not from me. I am placing provision in unexpected envelopes. Do not despise modest beginnings or overlook odd-looking messengers. The treasure I am sending will arrive with a lesson tied to it like a tag. Read the tag before you spend the treasure. I am training you for endurance, not a single fireworks show of relief. This is upgrade, not just rescue. You will handle larger numbers, yes, but you will also handle larger kindness. You will hold influence, yes, but you will also hold responsibility like a clean plate. Let your hands be steady. There is a room being prepared where your voice will carry. You will not need to shout. The architecture itself will amplify you. I designed it so those who listen will hear beyond words, depth, integrity, the resonance that only comes from one who refused to bow to cynicism. When you speak, speak as one who remembers the valley without worshipping it. Tell the truth without theatrics. Let testimony stand on its 2 feet and look the world in the eye. Your body has remembered stress like a language. I am teaching it peace as a new alphabet. Breathe when I say breathe. Rest when I arrange rest, even if the calendar tries to guilt you into speed. Rest is not a bribe you give yourself after productivity. It is a covenant I make with you to multiply what your hands cannot. In quiet, your mind will receive blueprints. In sleep, your heart will drop its shoulders and I will place instructions you will wake up already knowing. Do not call this coincidence. Call it communion.